The secrets of self-made millionaires in finance are rarely hidden techniques or privileged information, despite how often they are marketed that way. When you study their lives closely, a more uncomfortable truth emerges. Most of their success comes from ordinary behaviors, applied with extraordinary consistency under uncertainty. These individuals did not outsmart the market every day. They outlasted it. And what allowed them to do so was not brilliance alone, but a set of mental habits forged long before wealth appeared. One of the first and most universal secrets is an almost obsessive respect for risk before reward. Self-made millionaires in finance do not begin by asking how much they can make. They begin by asking how much they can lose without being forced out of the game. This framing changes everything. It turns investing and trading from a pursuit of excitement into an exercise in survival. Many early losses taught them that a single unmanaged mistake can erase years of effort. As a result, they learned to size positions conservatively, avoid leverage early, and treat capital as something to be protected first and multiplied second. Another defining secret is their relationship with learning. Unlike those who chase shortcuts, self-made millionaires treat learning as a permanent responsibility, not a phase. They read relentlessly, but selectively. They study past market cycles, not just recent success stories. They analyze their own mistakes more closely than their wins. Most importantly, they do not confuse information consumption with understanding. Learning for them is not about collecting ideas. It is about reducing ignorance. This mindset allows them to adapt when conditions change, instead of clinging to what worked once. A third critical trait is patience that borders on stubbornness. Self-made financial millionaires are comfortable waiting, while others feel compelled to act. They understand that markets offer far fewer high-quality opportunities than most people believe. This patience is not passive. It is disciplined, waiting backed by preparation. They spend long periods doing nothing visible, which outsiders mistake for inactivity. In reality, this restraint filters out low-probability decisions that quietly destroy accounts over time. Equally important is their ability to separate identity from outcome. Self-made millionaires do not define themselves by individual trades, investments, or short-term performance. This psychological separation allows them to remain calm during losses and skeptical during wins. When identity is tied to being right, ego takes control and learning stops. These individuals learned early that the market does not reward intelligence or effort directly. It rewards alignment with reality. Losses become data, not insults. Wins become confirmation of process, not proof of genius. Another often overlooked secret is their mastery of simplicity. As beginners, many tried complex strategies and failed. Over time, they simplified relentlessly. Fewer markets, fewer setups, clearer rules. They discovered that complexity increases cognitive load and emotional error, especially under stress. Simple systems are easier to execute consistently, easier to review honestly, and easier to survive during drawdowns. What looks boring from the outside often feels stable on the inside, and stability is what allows compounding to work uninterrupted. Self-made millionaires also share a distinctive relationship with time. They think in years while acting in days. They understand that short-term outcomes are noisy and unreliable indicators of skill. Progress in finance is uneven by nature. Long periods of stagnation are normal. Breakthroughs arrive suddenly and often unexpectedly. Those who expect linear progress usually quit at the worst moment. Those who accept unevenness remain positioned when opportunity finally appears. Perhaps the most uncomfortable secret is that self-made millionaires in finance avoid excitement. They are suspicious of urgency hype and narratives that promise fast transformation. Emotional stimulation is treated as a risk signal, not a reward. Many describe their best periods as boring, methodical, and repetitive. This is not accidental. Excitement shortens time horizons and weakens discipline. Calm extends them. Over time, this emotional preference becomes a competitive advantage because markets punish impatience far more reliably than they punish caution. When these behaviors are viewed together, a pattern becomes clear. Self-made millionaires in finance are not optimized for brilliance in any single moment. They are optimized for not breaking. They design their behavior to remain functional through mistakes, boredom, criticism, and drawdowns. That design allows learning and capital to compound quietly over long periods. And it is exactly here, when success stops being framed as a breakthrough and starts being understood as endurance, that the deeper secrets begin to surface, because what truly separates those who reach financial independence from those who cycle endlessly is not access to opportunity, but the ability to remain disciplined when opportunity is absent, and to remain humble when it finally arrives. And this is where the story has not yet finished revealing everything it has to teach, because the real test of these secrets does not occur while building wealth, but after the first real success arrives. This is the phase where many capable people quietly give everything back. Pressure decreases, confidence rises, and the behaviors that once protected survival start to feel unnecessary. Self-made millionaires who endure are not those who celebrate the milestone, but those who immediately shift into preservation mode, guarding the very habits that got them there. One of the most important secrets in this second phase is the ability to treat success as a risk factor. Early wins create emotional danger. They encourage overconfidence, larger bets, and relaxed rules. Self-made millionaires learn to do the opposite. When things go well, they tighten discipline. They review processes more critically. They reduce exposure rather than increase it impulsively. This behavior looks conservative from the outside, but it is deeply strategic. They understand that markets are most dangerous when you feel invincible. Another critical secret is the deliberate creation of artificial constraints. When money is scarce, discipline is automatic. When money is abundant, discipline must be designed. Many self-made millionaires impose limits on position size, number of trades markets followed, or even hours spent engaging with markets. These limits are not about restriction, they are about clarity. Fewer decisions mean fewer emotional leaks. This self-imposed structure replaces the external pressure that scarcity once provided. There is also a profound shift in how these individuals define progress. Early on, progress is measured in returns. Later, it is measured in stability. A good month is not one with the highest gains, but one where rules were followed and stress remained low. A good year is one where capital and confidence both survived intact. This redefinition is essential. Without it, the need for constant growth becomes corrosive, pushing people into unnecessary risk simply to feel forward motion. Self-made millionaires also develop a refined relationship with mistakes. After success, mistakes become more dangerous because they can be hidden, rationalized, or delayed. The individuals who endure refuse this comfort. They continue to document errors, review decisions, and seek feedback. They assume they are always partially wrong. This assumption keeps learning active. It prevents stagnation. In finance, stagnation is not neutral. It is decay disguised as comfort. Another secret is identity discipline. Self-made millionaires do not let wealth become their personality. They avoid environments where status competition dominates behavior. They resist public comparison and performance theater. This protects their ability to change their mind without humiliation. When identity fuses with net worth or reputation, flexibility dies. Those who last treat money as a tool, not a mirror. Time management also evolves. After financial independence, the temptation is to disengage completely or to chase novelty. Enduring self-made millionaires do neither. They redirect time toward fewer, deeper pursuits. They protect thinking time. They reduce noise. This quiet focus allows them to recognize second-order risks and opportunities that busy minds miss. Time becomes less about activity and more about perspective. Perhaps the most overlooked secret is knowing when to stop pressing. Self-made millionaires who began with little often know what enough feels like. They stop taking existential risks once financial independence is achieved. This does not mean they stop investing or working. It means they stop gambling with their future for marginal upside. This restraint is what separates those who remain wealthy from those who become cautionary tales. When the full arc is considered, the secrets of self-made millionaires in finance are not mysterious at all. They are difficult because they are boring, repetitive, and emotionally demanding. They require saying no when yes feels exciting, staying small when ego wants expansion, and maintaining humility when success invites arrogance. The final truth is this: self-made millionaires do not win by being extraordinary once. They win by being sensible every day. They build behaviors that survive boredom, success, failure, and time itself. Wealth arrives as a consequence of that survival, not as its reward. And it is precisely here, in this quiet mastery of discipline after success, that the real secret reveals itself, a secret that cannot be copied quickly, but can be practiced patiently by anyone willing to value endurance over excitement.